Hello and welcome. I'm Son of Evil. We'll be following Elements Pro Gaming through day one of the EU Open qualifiers. I do have work tomorrow morning and it is 2:50 AM here in Australia, so I'm going to be casting until I'm too tired to cast any longer, because unfortunately I do have to turn up tomorrow. I am expected and I've got stuff that I've got to do. So this game we're going to have Elements Pro versus Next Generation. There's a team that I'm not familiar with at all. They seem to be somewhere around the 3 to 4K mark. So I'm definitely expecting the game to go in favor of Elements Pro. But we'll see just how far and how easy they can take this. So Next Gen banning out the Invokers straight away, and Elements Pro banning out the IO.
Remaining.
Next G banning out the Bristleback. Strong hero at the moment. He's been very, very popular in the meta. Very versatile pick. So we've seen him played mid, we've seen him played off lane, and probably most popular in the safe lane as well. A few teams have figured out how to deal with him. Sven's been quite popular of a pickup. Bloodseeker as well. We've seen a few games of that tonight. Also been banned out a lot against them.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
And Next Gen going for the Jakiro. Now he's been very popular. He's had a huge success rate when paired with Clockwork. Very good as like a babysitting support, although doesn't quite match what you would normally expect as like a dazzle sort of thing as babysitting. Just very good at zoning offlaners. And so Elements Pro go in for the Clockwork. Again, another super popular pick. I think the Jakiro and the Clockwork had like a 60 or 70% win rate as a duo. So Clockwork, excellent first pick. He can be played offlane, he can be played pos 4, although during the Manila Masters, he had 11 games that he was picked up in, and during those 11 games, none of them he was played as a position 4. The Elements Pro then picking up the Disruptor as well, so they've drafted themselves a nice roaming pos 4 or an offlaner, and a good babysitting carry as well. And Disruptor's one of those heroes that works fantastically when you're ahead. He's very much at home when your team is taking fights, and being able to glimpse people back just to secure those extra kills. And given the fact that Elements Pro are most likely going to take this game, Disruptor is going to be very much at home, so we should see a lot of glimpse kills. So Next G going in for the Ogre. So they've got these two very, very tanky supports now. Typically, I guess Ogre's probably more being played. He could be being used to babysit the mid laner. He could also be being used, I guess, to help zone offlaner as well. Very strong with the Ignite at level 1, and just being able to just walk up and right click people. Huge base armor, huge base damage. And with the attack speed slow and the move speed slow from Ignite, there's very few supports that can trade with him. Unfortunately, I think Clockwork is one of those supports. But we don't know what position he's going to be run in just yet. But there's a good chance that those two heroes don't actually meet in a lane.
Dire team back.
So Elements Pro banning out the Legion. This could mean that they're going for... They could be looking to pick a Terrorblade. They could be picking a PL, although he's not been hugely popular. He has seen a bit of play recently.
Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Ember Spirit.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'd also like to thank our Well Peregrine 02 for the follow. Very much appreciate it. And I hope you're enjoying the cast. I'm a little quiet at the moment. Sorry guys, I'm just taking care of something in the background here.
Juggernaut.
Radiant team pick.
Monkey King.
Dire team pick.
Alright, so catching up with the draft now. Elements Pro going in for the Ember Spirit and the Monkey King. So this looks like it's going to be an offlane Clockwork, roaming Monkey King. Monkey King not been very popular since he's been absolutely dumpstered by Ice Frog. Now that Basher no longer works during his ultimate.
Seconds remaining.
So a safe pick up here with the Juggernaut. It's going to stop him from being glimpsed back.
Reserve time.
Obviously, they're quite aware of the synergy of Disruptor and the rest of his team. So Elements Pro banning out the Legion. I'm still not quite seeing it. Actually, no, that's what it's for. It's for the Ember Spirit. They wanted to pick the Ember Spirit, and they were very concerned about the lockdown. So that's why they've banned out the Legion. Also very good at locking down the Monkey King, too. They've banned out the Lycan. I suspect they're just trying to respect the pushing capabilities of Next Generation with the Jakiro. So with Jakiro and a Lycan, gives them the ability to just take down towers really quickly should they find themselves in a position to be winning a team fight. So Axe getting picked up here as well. I don't see much in the way on the Elements Pro side that really calls for an Axe at this point. No pun intended. Though it will allow them to extra lockdown onto the Ember Spirit. He doesn't play particularly well against the Monkey King or the Clockwork, or even really the Disruptor. There's no real fast attacking right-click heroes for Elements Pro yet, so perhaps this is just a comfort pick for their offlaner. So Elements Pro banning out the OD. They did play against it last game. I think it's just a hero that lanes well against the Ember Spirit, stops him from being able to get those last hits. And interesting, Next Generation choose to ban out the Faceless Void. I don't think Elements were going to be picking up that hero. They've already got their offlaner in the Clockwork, and I don't see them running it as a safe laner.
Reserve time.
We could see Next Generation go for something like a Death Prophet here. That's going to give them the ability to push down towers and round out that Jakiro Juggernaut lineup. They've got the frontliner in the Axe and I guess to a lesser extent the Ogre, but they're going to go in for a Huskar. So this will be a mid-Huskar versus the Ember Spirit. Matchup that I don't think I've seen played out before, so I'm interested to see how this one goes. I feel like it probably favors the Ember Spirit a little bit, given that Huskar's Flaming Spears are magic damage, and Ember Spirit's got the Flame Guard available to him. So last pick going to Elements Pro. They're looking for a safe laner now. So they've gone in for a Chaos Knight. I haven't seen this picked up for a while. He's very, very good against the Huskar. Just the ability with those illusions to just blow him up. the counter to Huskar is really just strong melee damage. And I think that was something that they found that they were lacking. So they've got the Clockwork, the Disruptor, and the Ember Spirit. These are all magic damage heroes. And Monkey King, although good for like disrupting fights and roaming early, doesn't really provide all too much damage in the way of physical to cope with this Huskar. And Chaos Knight is also a hero that's not going to suffer too much to the axe. If they play right, they should be able to get some kills on him in lane. With the Reality Rift and the stun as well.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So just about to move into the pre-game dick measuring contest. Once again, I'm going to predict that Elements Pro are going to have the larger E-penis. And we'll find out in just a moment. Oh, could be a close one here. Oh, E-penis goes the way of Next Generation, edging it out by a mere 27 points. So we'll have a look at who's going to be playing for each team right now. So we've got RMN playing the Monkey King. Illidan on the safe lane Chaos Knight. Over on the Ember Spirit, we've got Magic E. Disruptor being played by LeBron Dota. And on the offlane Clockwork, we have Mitch. Again, Mitch is also my name too, so big fan, Mitch. Moving across to Next Generation, we've got Big Daddy playing the Juggernaut. Bogus is going to be, I believe, on this mid Huskar. Slizen on the offlane Axe. Then over on the Jakiro, we have Disho, and finally, it's just a triple integral on Ogre. I think we'll just call him a triple for short, because I'm not going to pronounce that every single fight. So Monkey King's already made it halfway across the map to get this early aggressive ward out. It is being pinged though, so they do know that it's there, so that's probably going to get taken care of quite early. Looks like Monkey King and Disruptor are moving in here, as well as Chaos Knight. Looking to contest this rune. They are up against the Axe and the Huskar,
30 seconds.
so they will have to play this very, very carefully. Axe moving just slightly out of position now. They do have the stun. The static field's going to stop the Axe from being able to get away. A couple of spins doing a bit of damage, but Monkey King does have the Jingu Mastery, so he's going to be able to heal himself up just a little bit. And Huskar's going to be pushed away. And Chaos Knight picking up the Bounty Rune. Oh, the Bounty Rune going the way of Ember Spirit, and Juggernaut picking up his safe lane one. Looks like he's already got himself queued up a Battle Fury as well, but let's see how this game goes first before we decide on farming items, hey? So Slyson playing the offlane Axe. Going to get zoned out here by this support duo. I'm going to allow Chaos Knight to just get all this free last hit. All these free last hits, yeah. Disruptor already looking for that level 1 pull. They want to deny this Axe as much EXP as they possibly can. So at the moment, I think they've denied... Yeah, they've denied every creep so far. So poor Axe not getting a whole lot out of this lane.
Nice horse.
So poor Axe. He's had everything denied. The whole entire creep wave of the last wave got denied as well. And Monkey King just doing his best to zone him out. Monkey King is level 2 now as well. And over on the mid lane, Magic E is 12 and 6, leading this 2 and 1 Huskar. Really just showing the difference in the skill level of these two players. Interestingly, Huskar isn't really throwing much many right clicks the way of Magic. Of Magic E at the moment. Looks like Monkey King's moving into position for him to be able to get that that early courier snipe. So Mitch not doing too badly in this lane, being able to get a few last hits here. He's 2 and 5, so he's leading the 0 and 0 Axe at the moment. Managed to pick himself up a cheeky little deny as the creep wave pushes under his tower, so he'll be really happy here. He's going to be able to grab these last hits and. Pull coming out, it's going to deny Clockwork some EXP, but he is level 3.
Only way that could have gone.
Ooh, and unfortunately we missed it, but the Ember Spirit managed to pick up a solo kill on the Huskar in the mid lane as well. Clockwork's found himself the Jakiro. He's going to get Blade Furied on. Unfortunately, there's too many creeps around for him to be able to get the kill, and the Liquid Fire comes out. It's going to slow him down just a little bit, but he's going to be just fine. He is out of regen, though, down to his last Tango. Huskar getting taken out again. Jump in and bound the strike from the Monkey King, followed by the damage from Magic E is enough to get him finished off just. Clockwork playing it safe, dropping those cogs to stop Juggernaut from having enough mana to be able to use the spin. Cancelling the clarity. Very, very cheeky. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, kill going the way of Elements Pro again. Picking up poor Axe, who's only level 2. I think if you're Axe at this point, you just grab yourself an Iron Talon and go jungle. You're really not in a position to be able to contest these last hits. Like he's 2 and 0. Illidan's 27 and 12. I think this is something that offlaners don't realize enough, is that as an offlaner, your job is to primarily get experience, secondarily get last hits, and as a third, disrupt the farm of the enemy carry. Now, if you can't do those 3 things without dying, then there's no reason for you to be in lane, because all you're going to do is just going to feed kills and feed the enemy carry even more. Like, Illidan's going to get all the last hits that he wants in this lane, and there's going to be nothing that the Axe can do to stop him. Well, unfortunately we missed it, but Monkey King going down to the Ogre Magi and the Jakiro.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, these it's now 2:30 a.m. and oh, geez, I'm starting to feel the effects of night. So bear with me, guys, if I miss any more kills. It's only because I'm stupidly tired. So Huskar getting gone on again. Double Remnant in. Right clicks coming out, and the Boundless Strike manages to secure the kill. Ogre Magi in trouble now, getting run down underneath his own tower. The 300 range from Monkey King really showing how strong it is. And we did miss another kill on the Axe, but this time I've got a good excuse because I was watching the action in the mid lane. So Chaos Knight going in for a Midas. He's managed to pick it up at 6 minutes, choosing to forego the boots, which, you know, obviously it's a great decision. The sooner you can get that Midas, the better, and it's not like he's lacking it at the moment. So a level 3 axe misses the call, gets pulled back by the Chaos Knight. Reality Rift, static field is going to stop Axe from being able to follow back in as the Huskar jumps in. He's only level 4 though, so he's not going to be able to jump in and be able to secure a kill on the Chaos Knight. He's going to back up now, low on HP. They do have that shrine up and they're pinging it out. They're going to go for it. So Monkey King fighting it out with the axe at the moment. Ember Spirit comes in, manages to pick up the kill. Not going the way of the Monkey King though. So having a look at our XP graph, there's 4,000 at the moment in favor of Elements Pro and a slight bit more than 5,000 net worth in favor of EPG also. So Illidan's back now. Full mana, he's going to look to grab those boots in a second. Juggernaut currently free farming in the top lane, but at 32 and 6, we're not too worried about him going in for that Yasha as soon as he can, so he can fight with his team. Ogre Magi in trouble, getting jumped in on. Axe grabs the call out onto 2, but that's too much damage. We're not too tanky at this point. He's too far behind, and oops. Magic E jumping to the wrong remnant. Lets the Axe get away, but he does get the Thunder Strike out. Is he going to have enough damage? Yes, the third tick manages to secure the kill, and Clockwork dropping those Tranquil Boots so he can get the benefit of the regen underneath his own tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, Ember Spirit's picked himself up an Invis rune. He's a little bit low on HP and mana, so we might see him go back to base before activating that. But as soon as he's got that, no doubt he'll be looking for a kill. No stacks coming out here for the Dire. I really feel like the support should be stacking for Axe so he can catch back up. He's had a pretty poor lane. He doesn't even have boots yet. It's 9 minutes into the game. He's got nothing. Ogre Magi goes down here as well. Sorry guys. Tiredness definitely setting in at this point. Slight misplay here by Juggernaut, choosing not to drop the ultimate. Instead, he gets caught up, and Clockwork manages to pick himself up a solo kill.
And their corpse is closer.
He's going to have Hookshot back off cooldown in a couple of seconds, and Jakiro looks to be in a bit of a vulnerable position. He's got the mana. Is he going to be able to find the angle, though, for this initiation? Looks like Juggernaut's back, so he might miss his opportunity to grab this kill. Juggernaut is level 6, so he does have the ultimate.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Alright, Axe does have the boots. Now, he's got the Windlace as well, so it looks like he's going to try and finish off these Tranquil Boots. Root comes out onto Huskar. He dives in, but all he did was damage himself. Ember Spirit had the Flame Guard up, so he just managed to kill himself a little bit faster. So misplay by him. Hookshot's up on the Clockwork, jumps in, grabs himself the Axe, who's just trying to farm away. And he's not going to be able to get out. In comes the Ogre Magi with the stun. Kill is picked up by the Monkey King, who leaps in for it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
This game looking very one-sided now. As the XP graph extends to 7,500 and net worth to 10,000, so 15 and 1 in favor of Elements Pro right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Stun unfortunately misses Juggernaut, so there isn't too much of an opportunity for follow-up, but Illidan's not far away from just being able to Reality Rift and blow up this Juggernaut. He's got his ultimate as well. Juggernaut getting caught on the back lines by the Clockwork. Stun comes out. He does have the ultimate. He's going to use it. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to pick up a kill on anyone as Chaos Knight drops this stun. Clockwork taking some damage from this ignite. It is level 3. Not going to be enough to kill him, though. Although it does get a little bit close. Chaos Knight now chasing the Ogre Magi around through the trees. Bit of ring around the rosy here. Just misses out on the Reality Rift, and he's trying to eat his way through the trees, but the Ember Spirit finds him back there, and let's just see who manages to get the kill, and kill is secured by the Ember Spirit. Huskar coming in, but Mage says, you know, I'm down to fight this. First Glimpse comes out, picks the Huskar back, and Chaos Knight is going to do his best to blow it up. Couple of right clicks out onto Disruptors, probably going to secure the kill as the Juggernaut goes down to the Monkey King. Axe in trouble being chased down. Hookshot's off cooldown in a second, but he does have the battery assault, so he's just going to run him down, and Axe gets killed, and the taunt comes out from the Monkey King. In a moment, we'll see another tower fall for Elements Pro. And a net worth now extending. What are we looking at now? 12,000 net worth lead for Elements Pro.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Clockwork's got the hook shot up. He's being pinged out. They know he's there. Gets found by the Huskar, but this looks like it's just a cheeky little bait as he hook shots back up to the Monkey King. Drops the cogs and pushes them back, but if he's not careful, those burning spears are going to stack up on him. Alright, in comes Chaos Knight, drops the Reality Rift and the stun onto the Axe. Couple of right clicks, going to secure the kill. He's running away now, got the call, the armor keeping him alive, but 300 range from Monkey King. Right click finishes him off. So armor now finished on Chaos Knight as well. Not sure what his next item's going to be. Could go in for the Echo Saber. This is a pretty common item. So Monkey King, stun comes out onto the Jakiro, gets the slow, there's the Clockwork in the back line, Glimpse comes out and pushes him back, but Clockwork's in some trouble now. Manages to get saved by the Static Storm, moving back, so he's got the 3 stacks of Burning Spear, working him down, and Juggernaut gets killed by Magic E. So all the heroes so low, just playing on the raggedy edge here for Elements as they're going to take on yet another tower, and 3 heroes died.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So Elements Pro just looking to keep up the aggression and take the remaining outer towers. Looks like Monkey King is just pinging out that they want to move up to take this top tower as well. Chaos Knight's ult is on cooldown for the next 80 seconds, so they won't have it for the next push. But I don't think that matters too much. Clockwork going in for the Yules. It's a great item to pick up against Axe. So eventually if Axe manages to get a Blink Dagger, he'll be able to blink in, and Clockwork will just be able to Yules him up, which is going to stop anyone from being hit by those spins. Although they will still be locked down for the duration of the Yules. Or the duration of the spin in spite of the Yules, I should say. Have a look at the individual net worth, and what we see is not surprising but pretty staggering. Almost all of the heroes for Elements Pro are above next gen. Alright, looks like the Huskar's found himself a jump on the back lines. He's got the Clockwork, but the Static Storm's there to back him up, and they managed to take the Ogre and the Huskar down. I just don't know that at this point, what's our net worth lead? 17,000 net worth lead in favor of Elements Pro. That there's much way for next year to get themselves back into this game. They really just have to play safe, I think. Just stay on the high ground. They can't defend these towers. They're just going to lose these fights, and Chaos Knight popping the ultimate to help take this tower down.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
With the ultimate, they're looking to go in, so Illidan immediately pulls in the axe and gets the kill. Gets stunned up before he can get the stun. Thank you, Monkey King, for the frame rate drop. He's managed to grab himself the Juggernaut as well, and he takes him down. Big 4-second stun, but it doesn't matter. He's dead anyway. So they managed to dive in at 16 minutes into the tier 3 and pick themselves up a kill. Clockwork hook-shotting in onto the onto the Huskar, manages to get the kill onto the Ogre Magi as well. Huskar getting stunned out. Ember Spirit's back from his little vacation in the well. Takes out the Huskar. Axe in trouble now, getting used up, saves him for a little bit. But the stun comes out, and that's going to take him down. And they're going to look to take this tower now. Juggernaut back up, as is Jakiro. And Ogre Magi respawning in just a second. Clockwork running out to zone these heroes.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's
And a good game being called. A little premature for them, but
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
at this point it's pretty clear. And GG is called by Juggernaut as well. And Elements are going to take another game. Unfortunately, dropping 3 kills this time.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Looks like the GG got cancelled and has just been redone because the game's still going. Interestingly enough,
Has fallen.
game is still going. It looks like they've cancelled the GG again, and they're going to look to play this one out. It's been going on for so long now that Illidan's got another fight. Stun comes out onto the axe. Monkey King working away on it, manages to secure the last kill for himself. And then pulls. Well played, Elements Pro, taking it 24,000 net worth lead, 34 kills to 3. And given the quality of my cast is going down, and it's now about 10 to 3 a.m. here in Australia, I'm going to call it for tonight. And I'm going to make a bold prediction that we'll see Elements Pro Gaming. That's probably not too bold of a prediction, but we'll see them in the round of 32 tomorrow night. So I'll do my best to stay up and cast that as well. But if you tune in a little bit earlier from 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Timing, I will be casting Warriors Gaming Unity and their run through the SEA Open qualifiers. Thank you very much to everyone for tuning in, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.